In this video, I thought it would be pretty cool to walk you through how I'm analyzing a campaign to determine, what to do next, and how to fix something, and give you some, really good insights. I think that'll shape the way that you think about your advertising campaigns and look at stuff. So this is actually data I'm pulling from a launch that I'm doing for a brand new product of my own. I've launched this only with paid traffic so far, and I'm running a multi-channel strategy across Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Google. So my total ad spend so far across this entire test is about $6,000. All right, now it was $5,322.44 through yesterday, and I think I've spent roughly about $700 today. I haven't checked the exact numbers yet. Now, in this particular offer, so far, out of that spend, we've generated 13 sales total. And on the offer page, what we're doing is split testing. Well, we're not split testing. We actually have two different entry points that people can get into. They can get into an annual option for $995 for the annual option, or they can get into a monthly option at $150 a month. So the sales breakdown so far has been 2 annual and 11 monthly. Now, a couple things that I want to point out before I go into some of the numbers here further. One of the things that I know is that my offer is strong because I'm getting lots of conversion. Okay, so I need you to understand that first. Like this is an offer that is basically been proven already with the first several $1,000s of spend. Now, when we get into the numbers here, you'll see that as of right now, I'm losing money technically. All right, and I'll walk you through that. And that's guiding my decision making right now, because what I'm trying to do is I can actually sustain this loss right now, which I'll illustrate in a moment. This is a way that a lot of people don't understand how these types of offers work when you're doing monthly and stuff like that. So I can demonstrate how this is actually more than likely profitable for me the way it is, but that doesn't feel good for Jason's bank account. So what I like to do is try to close the gap between these numbers. Right? So this video is really about like, what do you do in this kind of scenario, right? You've got an offer that's working, but it's not quite break even day one or profitable day one yet. Like what do you do to fix that stuff? All right. So now there's a multitude of different things that go into it based on what you got going on in the circumstances of your situation. So that's why I'm walking you through some of these details, because they're key components to answering that question of what do we do next? Okay, so we've got 2 annual payments at $995. So I've actually collected $1,990 in revenue from that. And we have 11 monthly installments at $150. So I've collected $1,650 from that. So a couple of things to point out here. It took 11 sales to not even quite get the same amount of money as I've gotten from 2 sales from the annual, which is why we have the annual options. Now, my initial thought process when I put this offer together was I was trying to actually get more people to take the annual, but they're not. More people are taking the monthly, which is actually okay. I don't have a problem with that. But here's one of the things that you'll see as an issue when you run payment plan type programs like this, and this is something you got to factor in. 2 things to look at. Now, right now, this program and this way I have the offer structured is causing me to not be break even day one. But if I were to extrapolate this out and we see historical averages, typically people will stay in a continuity program like this for an average of 3 months. That's what your average customer is going to stay. That's pretty typical. Now, we have a lot of continuity programs and we've been able to stretch that out over time. But when I'm modeling these things, because this is brand new, I don't know if it's actually going to work this way over time or not yet. When I'm modeling these things, I will use what I think to expect that's very reasonable based on historical data, but I'm not going to, try to, cushion that at all or make it seem better than it is. Now, that's why I don't like cash flowing my ad spend for a few months to get this. That's because that's what you got to do, right? Because if these people stay on average 3 months, then I actually could take that $1,650 and multiply it by 3. So that means if each of these 11 people actually stay on average 3 months with me, I'm going to earn $4,950 from these sales total. All right, and then if we add that to the 1990, then technically I've made $6,940 on my $6,000 of ad spend so far. Okay, but I have to wait 3 months to break even. So that's what I mean by cash flowing that spend. So now what I'm looking to do is, how do I close this gap? All right, so what we're gonna be doing is making some changes to the way that we're positioning the pricing, right? Because the $995 for the annual is a much better deal. 150 times 12 is $1,800. So $995 is a much better deal. So I'm trying to figure out, why are fewer people taking this? And it more than likely has to do with these two price points just being so different from a psychological standpoint that everybody's gravitating towards this, or the majority are gravitating towards this number, and they're not seeing the value. So we have a couple of things that we're looking at doing to fix that. So one thing that we could do is simply increase the monthly one to have a different juxtaposition of these price points. So if I went and put the monthly at, let's say, $295, well, now that makes this psychologically look like a lot better deal, even more of a better deal, even though this is still like half of this money. Okay, now when we're looking at it over a 12-month period, now that's how the consumer is looking at it. We know they're only going to, on average, stay 3 months, maybe longer if we do a really good job, and that's what we're trying to do with all of our programs. We want to try to stretch this out, but when we're trying to figure out how to make paid traffic profitable, we have to factor in reality. So another thing that we could do is we could add an upsell on the back of the monthly to the annual. Because right now we don't have that. Right? So right now when someone buys the monthly, they go to our thank you page currently. Same with the annual. That's all that's happening. There is no upsell. So what we could do is, on the back end of this, have a separate video that clearly explains this price point, because more than likely what's happening, people aren't understanding how much of an extra value this is. So we can clearly explain that and give them another opportunity to one-click upsell from the $150 a month to the $995 one time and just pay the difference on the card. Now, another option that we can do is we can look at changing the payment structure of the $995 right on the main sales page. So we could go and make this, instead of one payment of $995, we could make this two of $495. Okay, now that initial first payment is quite a bit less than $995. It's a lot easier for most people. Right, so these are the things that are going through people's minds when they're evaluating these things, is they're trying to figure out how to make all this stuff work. Because another thing that we got to factor in is $995 at one time is it's a hefty chunk of money for most people. Now the target audience that I'm going after, it really shouldn't be, because I'm going after people that are already media buyers, entrepreneurs that are running ads and being successful, and we're trying to help take their things to the next level, to go from spending $200, $300, $400 a day profitably to $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a day profitably or more. So, this shouldn't be an issue, but, some people have cash flow management problems, and this is a way to get in and, fix that right away. Okay. So these are just some of the things that we could do. There's any number of things. This is stuff that I cooked up this morning, just looking at the data and being able to figure out, okay, so what's going on throughout the process. And these kinds of things happen on a variety of different levels. I don't actually even need to change the ad at all. The ads are working fine, really. All I've got to do is make some changes in our funnel in this particular case, and we should be profitable. All of these kinds of things are happening across a variety of different stuff, though, because we've got our ads. Those need optimization. You got to, cut losers. You have to scale the winners. And you have to test, right? What do you test next, right? There's all these different decisions that you have to make just on the ad side in there. What settings do you use? Do you use conversions? When do you use website traffic? Well, what's this new thing that's in here that's leads? Do I put my budget on the campaign level, or do I put it on the ad set level? How do I do my targeting? Like, there's 1,000,001 decisions that need to be made there. And then you add on all this complex funnel stuff, And on the funnel, it's like, well, hey, what funnel do I use? Should I do a webinar? Do I need a VSL? Should I have a tripwire? Do I need a blog? Like, what should my branding be? You know, like, do I use ClickFunnels? Do I use lead pages? Do I custom code my own thing? How many emails should I have in my sequence? Should I do text messaging? How do I use Facebook Messenger? All of these things are constantly clouding stuff, and those things are all playing together with these things, and a lot of people don't even understand the relationship between how all of these things go together, on top of not knowing when, where, why, and how to use all of these different things effectively in a focused strategy that's achieving their goals that they have for selling their products. It's these questions, it's these issues that plague advertisers day in and day out every single day. I work with hundreds of them every single day. Now, what we've done is we've put together a program. I call it The Directive. And what we do in The Directive is we answer these questions for you. See, what we do is we analyze this data with you, and based on our experience, having spent over $30 million now on digital ads since 2007, since 2013 in Facebook alone. We've been doing this on every single channel across the web for over a decade now. And in The Directive, me and my team of experts, what we do is we help answer these questions for you. And we do it in a way that's completely different than any other quote unquote program out there, because I believe that the model of coaching has changed. The times of paying $70,000 a year to sit at the foot of a guru who expects you to stroke his ego while you seek him out is over. People want one-to-one attention, they want proactivity, and they want to have their specific questions answered. They want people helping them that are focused towards them. And that's what we've done with The Directive, is I've flipped the script in the game. You see, I went into these coaching programs, and my biggest frustration is that it's all reliant on you to be proactive as the customer, even though you're paying this person or people a lot of money to help you. And I believe that these programs should be proactive, and they should have a curriculum that's designed to take you through a process, a very specific outline process that allows you to achieve and measure your goals, that holds you accountable, that gives you focus, that brings clarity to all this stuff. You can't do it on your own, and if it's expected of you to seek somebody out to do it, you're going to be always in that place of being stuck. And that's what we've done with Directive, is we've fixed that issue. This is a proactive program. It's for people that have a good thing going, but they're lost in the weeds. You're a hard worker, but you're overwhelmed. You're trying to do too much. There's all these things coming at you. You've got good products and services. You do a good job for your clients, and you want to grow. That's what this program is for. It's for the entrepreneur. It's for the media buyer. It's for the agency owner that wants clarity, focus, and direction from people that have done this already. We've been there, we've done that. We have all of the t-shirts. In fact, if you join The Directive, I'll give you a t-shirt. And that's what this video is all about. It's helping you understand, hey, hopefully from this seeing these numbers and hearing me walk through this will help you to understand how you got to think about these things. And if you would like to have someone that already knows this guide you, then what I'd like to have you do is click somewhere around the video here, and it's going to take you over a page. This page is going to explain a lot about how we can help you and the problems that you're experiencing and how we're going to be able to solve them for you. And what we'd like to do is invite you to a free call where we'll talk about your issues. We'll give you a plan of action on there so you can see in real life. We're going to demonstrate to you on the phone for free how the Directive works. And we'll give you a plan of action. You can go off on your own. You can implement it on your own. You can do whatever you want. Or if you want, you can keep working with us. And after you finish that plan of action and you need to know what to do next, we'll help you with what to do next. and then we'll help you with what to do next after that, and we're going to grow and we're going to scale, and we're going to get the results like all of the dozens of other clients that we have in this program are doing right now. How people are going from $0 to $30,000 a month in their ad agency, or are taking their local brick and mortar gym business like my client Tina and blowing it up, going from 2 gyms to 5 gyms in a matter of a year, having 2 of the biggest gyms in her franchise in the entire nation. This stuff doesn't work just for certain things. The directive, we can help you sell your products or services no matter what you're doing. Brick and mortar, online, local businesses. It does not matter. As long as you're selling something that's legitimate, you really help your clients, you deliver on your promises, we can help you fix these problems and put together a process that will bring in reliable, predictable cash flow into your business. I guarantee it. So if that's something you're interested in, click the links that are on this thing, go to the next page, take a look at that, and then apply. All right, we have an application on there. You can apply. You'll talk with one of us. We're going to deliver that action plan for you. And then if you want to work with us, we can talk about what that will look like. If you don't, no worries. We're here to help you. Okay, because we know that if we help enough people, some of you will work with us. And when you work with us, you're going to love working with us, and you're going to love the results, and it's going to be a great thing. So click that stuff today. Solve your issues with your ads. To the victor belong the spoils.